How is everybody today? Hopefully, we're doing well. Hi. Did we all enjoy our night off last night? Are we excited for Rule Ripper? Yeah. I want to make mention. Firstly, I want to fix this. Thank you. Um, the creator did come into the chat before stream and made mention that the game has gone on sale today. So if you're interested in playing it yourself, now's a great time to buy. I know I'm having fun with it. So, well, let's see. Hello to Blaze and Alex and Guy. Hi. Check Discord general. Okay. Click. What? Is YouTube not working? Is YouTube, no, YouTube should be live. YouTube did what again? Oh, no! No. I see what they did. Why? No! No. Not okay. No. I don't like that. YouTube. No. No, baby shark. No. Right? Ah. Important question? Sure, what's that? I had to work oh, yuck, Alex. What would you think of an idea of a stop motion character, an anime character, a live action person all coming together in a 2000s aesthetic setting with a Roger Rabbit Cartoon Network city and a Scott Pilgrim feel? Could be interesting. That's a new pilot going around on YouTube. Wait, there's another new show. Ah. Meow. Indie animation, this is my real life. Oh, I see. I still have to go watch Game Oververse. It sounds like Gumball for adults. Ugh. Yeah. Gumball was not my jam. Not for me. So, it has a Kickstarter. You know what? I'll go look around. I'll look at it at least. Maybe. um it sounds like it could be interesting though. So, we'll have to see. Then confirmed to be a Latina. Yeah, you can kind of see that in their design. The design definitely looks Latina. People are going crazy for her, and she's like 25. So, smash. Roger Rabbit is the go. I did like the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's a good movie. I mean, look at his wife. So several hundred agree on Kit being Smash. Absolutely. Yes. Roger is a very lucky bun. True. True, true, true. You're excited for more of this game? I am too. How are we feeling about the 10 o'clock start? Does that feel like decent to you guys? I I'll admit I've been slacking. I know I've been supposed to be recording stuff for when I'm gone. It might not happen. At least not as much as I originally intended to. Um I've been running around and doing a bunch of stuff lately. I recently started door dashing, which has been exhausting. Uh, so it's been a lot. It's been a lot. I mean, Blades will be live while I'm gone. Um, and so that it's not like I'll be completely away from the scene. I mean, I'll be in the Discord, I'll be around, I'll be at Blaze's streams. So you shouldn't feel too much like there's no Neko. I know it's a long trip this time. I don't think I've ever been away for this long. In fact, I know I have. Well, maybe I did before the model debut, but I think that this is going to be more relaxing. It's important taking breaks, as much as I don't want to admit it. And hopefully the trip will help with like my health and stuff. So, but I suppose that's enough chit chat, unless you guys have anything else to talk about. And we'll get into it. Yeah? Rest time is important. It is. Aki. Do 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 do. Meow 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 meow. Click. Push. Ta-da! Ah. Do 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 ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da. Yeah, no, it's making good money, honestly. I know, but at the same time, I'm, hello game, please, please. Hello. Can I please have you show up on OBS, please? That would be absolutely lovely. Do 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 do. Do do. Da-da. Ba-da. It's giving me trouble today, guys. Let's see. Well, back. Ah, now it goes. Okay, it just doesn't like to capture the opening screen, I guess. Okay. Possibilities. What was his name? He'd never used it for all the... Oh, we did this. We read this one. I'm not going to read this over again. But it kind of like goes on about like, what did you guys want to do? Or what did they want to do? We always called him Big Brother. Was there a future? He doesn't know what he wants to do with his life. He just wants to live well. Okay. 2 a.m. Limit. This is where we went ahead and died last time. Ah. After the council, everyone went together to the counter to get their antidotes, same as before. They started to feel the effects of the poison on their way there. Thankfully, unlike the previous hour, vodka endured and there were no incidents. Even though they'd been physically spared, the council did leave some mental wounds. Bill felt even more distant from the others than before. It wasn't that they didn't understand his arguments, but simply that they'd decided his ideal solution was impossible. Number 2 was the only hope he could see. He needed its help, or to do it himself. Once he was done with his drink, he entered the data menu and opened the third one. We should know what this says. Yeah. An unavoidable shiver ran through him. That data went much further than he'd ever anticipated they would go. The amount of numbers was also unexpected. Only 2. That made it a powerful data to discover those rules. Moreover, they weren't numbers he could disregard. There was a macabre irony in that one data being tied to the number that could kill others directly, and the number it could link with. A dangerous pair he had to be wary of. But his goal wasn't to reveal anyone's number aside from his own, and unfortunately, those 2 were already discarded. He had sworn to go out of the bar and seek salvation if, after 2 hours, the situation hadn't improved, but the big uncertainty in his number held him back. If he could confirm he was Rule 2, he'd obtain one hope: the ability to survive outside for more than an hour. It wasn't so simple, however. If the others realized his absence, they could vote him and kill him. Either way, to consider those hypotheticals was, in truth, a waste of time. Deep down he knew, even if he had another rule, his only option was to go out. Despite that, he decided to wait 1 more hour as planned, not only because of the likelihood of figuring out his number, but also the worries he held for the group. The situation had been on the brink of collapse from the start, walking on the edge of a cliff where any mistake could result in a fall. But now it felt like a hurricane would throw them off. He closed the data menu and opened objectives. As expected, a new objective awaited him, one that would require him to talk to the others in order to find the other person with the same objective, without revealing his own. While challenging, it could work as an excuse to interact with everyone. It was a much harder task in the middle of a council, but doing so face-to-face gave him a chance to gain some allies. Or, best case scenario, find number 2. But the first priority was clearing his objective. Therefore, he needed some tactic to hint to others in a way the other half would understand it and reveal themselves. In the same way, he needed to pay attention to what the others said to pick up on signals from the other person. Maybe I can mention something about love? The objective did have the image of a couple searching for one another. It was simple and straightforward. It could potentially work. Though that subject wasn't really his forte, and could go in directions he'd rather avoid. He put his barman away and turned toward the remaining players there. As expected, Cocktail was working behind the counter. Sitting in front were Darts, lime, and vodka. Darts was focused on his barman, while the rest were chatting. Hey, compadre, come over here. Noticing his gaze, Lime turned towards him and called. Without a word, he got up and sat on the empty seat next to Vodka. Anything to drink? No, I'm good. Here he is, my favorite Billy. But I'm the only Bill here. Exactly. Ha ha, good one. At least Gramps gets me, but still, I Gibby. What a curious mindset you have, young lad. Honestly, not sure what to say. In my humble opinion, I believe they are messing with you. I can see that. And I'm not sure how to feel about it. Come on, open up a bit. How about telling us something about yourself? I'm curious. I'm not sure that's a good idea. Personal information is a weapon in this game. No, I don't care about the game. It's just good old gossip. How frank of you. My life is really not that interesting. I go through the same routine every day. Work a lot, go back home, and that's about it. That's just sad. What a life. It's nothing special, but I'm fine with that. It's actually what I wanted. Huh? It might sound weird, but that routine calms me down. I like the stability. That's why I can't stand this game. This sadistic entertainment where we've ended up. True that, but I'm not gonna lie, if they got rid of the lethal part, it'd actually be pretty fun. My body is not ready for this stuff anymore, but truth be told, I would prefer a dramatic death over falling dead while doing fuck all one day. Are y'all grandpas like this? No idea. Probably. I need to get out of here. I don't need any more drama. But drama's the sugar of life. Sorry, guys. Drama is the sugar of life. You just need to have some moderation so it doesn't kill you. You're missing out on some fine treats, young man. Yeah, but I'm actually more of a lemon person, if you catch my drift. Oh, now my name makes sense. I only just got that. Seriously? I don't get it, but I'm afraid to ask. But seriously, nothing interesting ever? Like, aside from this. Interesting wouldn't be the word I'd use to describe this mess. Oh, well, whatevs. Come on, give us something. I don't want to, but even if it's just gossip, her insistence could mean her objective is investigator. Maybe I should. You never know. Oh, actually, there is one thing. When I was little, I almost died. Nani? Not what I was expecting. I'd say. Are you referring to some birth issue? No, I was already a few years old. An accident. But I survived. You don't say. Right. This might be rude of me to ask, but could that scar on your cheek be a result of that accident? Oh yeah, it got my attention the first time I saw it. Didn't imagine it would be that bad though. No. This came later, from a little quarrel I was involved in, basically. Honestly, it's because I was still so small back then that I managed to avoid any injuries. After all, the scars it would have left me otherwise would be way bigger than this one. All things considered, I was pretty lucky. Lucky indeed. It seems like that luck has run out. Oh, well, let's hope it didn't. Ignore the oldie. Survive once and you'll survive twice. What happens once will happen again, so said the wise old man of the East. Who? Are you gonna say no to the wise old man of the East? No? Then there you go. Cocktail, give me another one. To his surprise, they didn't ask for more details. He'd only talked about it with a few people, and last time was years ago. It's not that he remembered it clearly, but while his memories were vague, that incident had shaped the rest of his life, and he could still feel it, even more than ever in that moment. That fear of death, that rejection of death, not only his own, but of others as well. With no desire to drink, he got up. I like that too, Guy. I think I'll go take a walk. Have fun. Take care. Arrivederci. I didn't know how else to say that. Is she drunk already? Yes. Trying to get his past out of his head, he focused on his top priority, his objective. He had to find his better half. He could have tried to find it out if it was one of the four at the counter, but it was necessary to talk in private to confirm it without getting it discovered. Therefore, it was best to find people that were alone. He could see several of them from afar. It was time to go. Choose who to talk to. Oh, this is cool. Should I leave this up to a vote, or do you guys just want to... Sorry. You want to talk to Coffee? I don't think Coffee wants to talk to us, but... Okay, we can talk to Coffee. Sitting at one of the tables was Coffee, alone as usual. It didn't look like she was doing anything. From afar, it seemed like she was sleeping, but her eyes were open, staring at the floor. Somewhat worried, Bill approached slowly. Are you okay? Her eyes moved towards him while barely moving her head. Their gazes crossed in a silence that lasted for a few seconds, until Coffee looked down again with a short response. I'm thinking. Thinking? Yes. True, there's a lot of things to think about right now. I can't think clearly if you're talking. Sorry, didn't want to bother you, just... No, wait. If I concentrate hard enough, I can think even if you talk. Does that mean you're gonna ignore me? It was a joke. Really? Yes. Her totally flat voice made it impossible to know if it was sarcasm or not. Why was dealing with that girl so hard? If she was his better half, clearing his objective was going to be impossible. Can I sit? Yes. Still, it was worth a try. At least until he could make sure she wasn't the person he was looking for. Although the seeming lack of a hurry she was showing already made him think it wasn't the case. He sat opposite to her. Coffee had barely moved, as if she was frozen in time. I came to talk about a couple of things. He wasn't really sure she was paying attention, but if there was something he'd learned from their interactions, it was that expecting a response or pressing her wasn't the best strategy. Ooh, that looks great.
So we have 2 packages on the porch.
Okay.
One is stuff from Fitz's shoes. I don't know the other one though.
The other one's my stuff. Sorry, guys. I guess, what were you thinking about? We'll start with that. What were you thinking about? About how to escape, maybe? That's what won't leave my head. Not about how to win, right? No. Okay. I was thinking about personal matters, as in, of my life as a whole. That was not what Bill had expected. Actually, he hadn't expected any response, but especially not that one. Give us a second, chat. We'll be right back. Okay. I'm back. Sorry. Hello, Cryo and Emilio. Welcome in. And Clough. No such thing. We've been over this. That was not what Bill had expected. Actually, he hadn't expected any response, but especially not that one. Your life? Aren't you worried about the game? The game is exactly the reason why I'm thinking about my life. Fair. Got me there. Got you. I mean, you're right. Sorry, I had the wrong impression about you. What impression? Well, I had a feeling that you... He wasn't sure if being too honest was a good idea, so he tried thinking on some way to make it sound nicer. We're always silent because you were planning something. Something for the game. Had he been too straightforward? Could be the case. Is it? That's the kind of person I am. That's all there is to it. Oh. He had no clue on what to say after that. Both fell silent again. He wasn't going to ask about her personal life, obviously, so it was time to talk about something else. Need help with something? Hello? Hello? Bill had hoped to get some sort of sign if she were the other half, but maybe he'd been too vague. Like, there's not much I can do, but if you need something, perhaps I can help. Nothing, then? No. Fine. Oh, very nice, Clough. Could he take that as a yes? He wasn't quite sure, but probably yes. Was there anything else he could say? Do you hate me? That's 3. Huh? 3 what? You said a couple of things, and that's 3. I guess I said that, though I didn't mean I only had 2 questions. Then, it wasn't literal, but if you want to, you can ask me something in exchange. Can you be quiet? Oh, am I bothering too much? You said I could sit, so I thought you didn't mind talking for a bit. I only said you could sit, not that you could talk. I guess. Not like you had to ask me. This table isn't mine. I can't forbid you from sitting on it. He thought he had begun to understand her, but again the doubts returned. It was already quite clear she wasn't the one he was looking for, so he shouldn't waste any more of his, and her, time. I'll leave you alone in that case. I have things to do too. He got up and started to leave slowly, waiting for an answer. It didn't seem like it would happen until... You forgot your barman. Huh? He turned around, and indeed, he had left his barman on the table. Ah! He grabbed it and put it away. Luckily, the screen was turned off. If Coffee had seen it by accident, she would have broken one of the core rules. However, while the rule forbid them from looking, she still could have remained silent. And yet, she had decided to help him. Thanks. And with that, he left. He had to keep looking for people who could have his same objective. Okay. We'll go this way. Wait, what is this? Check them at almost any time. If you deduce which player a hint belongs to and tie information gained from it to the objective to unobtained from data, you can then figure out their rule. Let's say there was a data like snores when asleep, 5-9, and you find a hint that indicates that player X snores. They must be either 5 or 9. Ah, okay. He found Piano sitting on the sofa next to the fish tank, looking at his barman, which he turned off once he heard him approaching. "Excuse me, can I ask you something?"
What is it?
He sounded annoyed, but not more than usual. He seemed to be more addressed at the situation than any one person specifically. He understood his frustration, of course, but at the same time, there was something weird about it. While not related to his objective, he couldn't help but bring it up. Before that, there's something I'm curious about.
What?
Aren't you worried? What is with those cursed emotes, Cloth? Aren't you worried? Huh? That question did seem to have touched a nerve. Bill immediately asked himself if that talk had been a good idea.
What do you mean?
The game. I get the feeling that even though you hate being here, it's not bothering you that much.
Of course not. I'm no coward. I'm not dying so soon.
I don't think worrying in a situation like this one would make you a coward, especially at your age.
Wanna fight?
What? No.
Then shut your mouth.
I'm not saying you should be scared either, but being too confident can be bad too.
What are you, my mom? I'll survive this, be it by winning or escaping.
Against such an aggressive position, pressing was pointless, but now he had more questions than before. Fine, forget it.
Good. And the question?
Oh right, this might sound weird, but are you looking for someone?
What?
Nothing, forget it.
Wait, stop. Explain yourself.
It's simple. Are you, right now, looking for someone?
I'd like to find the poop head that put us here. Is that a good answer?
Yeah, that would be nice. It didn't seem to be him. One less candidate.
What are you planning? That question was way too suspicious.
He won't stop asking until he gets an answer he likes, will he? Maybe that wasn't the best way to ask. Nothing, I swear. Didn't say that the best way.
What does that mean? You wanted to say some other thing?
No, though it did sound more suspicious than I expected.
Then you admit it sounds suspicious.
Well, yeah, but I'm not planning anything, and I know nothing.
Easy to say.
And for starters, what would I even be plotting?
I don't know, that's why I asked. You say you want to save us all, and that's already really suspicious.
How? I don't get it. Isn't that what you should all want too?
Yeah, sure, that'd be great. Know what's happening, though. So if you keep saying it, either you're stupid or want to trick us. It can't mean anything else.
I mean, Guy's got a point. Faced with that, he could only sigh. That was the big problem. How people often tend more towards what they believe is more rational than what they actually want. Quite possibly, Guy. Quite possibly. The distrust born from fear, which leads to the famous prisoner's dilemma. Bill was by no means an expert on these subjects, but felt the frustration they produced nonetheless. Even the youngest one there, who should have been the most innocent of the group, was distrustful. In fact, he appeared to be among the most distrustful. For a moment, he wondered if it could be a generational difference. He wasn't Vodka, though. Their age gap was most likely only about 10 years. 10 years may not seem like much, but it made a clear difference. Not sure that's a good way to trick anyone. If you want to think I'm too naive, I can't stop you. But I can try all I can to prove you wrong.
Whatever you say.
Surprisingly, that response appeared to work. Or at least Piano didn't seem to want to know how to answer. You're too distrustful for your age.
My age has nothing to do with it.
I do like Vaporeon. It's not my favorite evolution, but I do like it. Actually, how old are you?
That's secret. It could be data.
I doubt it. Data about your age would be too obvious.
Shut up. If you got no more questions, go away.
That sudden change felt strange. Bill couldn't help but laugh a little. He really tries to act mature, but he's still just a kid. I have the feeling that Piano is much older than we think he is. Put in that game and surrounded by adults, it wasn't too surprising. It was either a way to protect himself. It was a way to protect himself. After all, he was the easiest target alongside Vodka. But while Vodka didn't treat death seriously, Piano clearly wanted to live more than anyone. His yet short life gave him an even bigger right to survive. Okay, I'll leave you alone.
Know this. I won't get my eyes off you or anyone else.
Go ahead. I have nothing to hide apart from my number. Not even that, in truth. Not until I figured it out. Though he did have to hide his objective. It still wasn't cleared, so he resumed his search, heading somewhere else. He had to keep looking for people that could share his objective. Oh! I guess I have to wait until he's in. Okay. Okay. Going through the central area of the bar, Bill caught a glimpse of someone in an unexpected location. The exit of the Golden Jack. Oh. He got closer, and indeed, someone was there, leaning against the wall. Wasn't expecting to find anybody here. Got me. Wasn't expecting to be found here, either. That situation was sort of strange. What was he doing there alone? No doubt suspicious, though he didn't look particularly nervous or surprised to have been caught. His face showed the same sneering smirk he often had when there wasn't anything annoying or serious happening. He couldn't help but feel slightly uncomfortable looking at that smile, bewildered, unable to comprehend how such a seeming sign of satisfaction could exist in the middle of that game. He wasn't the only one there able to keep a smile. Mine was the most extreme case, really. Still, the girl's smile was different from that man's. More innocent. Cocktail was another case. A cordial and kind smile that showed his professionalism. Vodka, meanwhile, had one of disregard for his own life and everything happening in it. His, on the other hand, hid something evil? No, not exactly, considering the comments he had made previously. It was most likely... Is he enjoying the game? His attitude during council seemed to indicate he was taking things seriously, unlike a lot of players. It was more than a game to him, and that smirk made Bill's worst fears surface. Cloth. Cloth, cloth, cloth. You shouldn't expose a girl's secrets like that. It was similar to Dart's. His was more suspicious, no denying that. Yet thanks to their interactions, Bill had the feeling that he wasn't planning on doing anything for the time being. He wouldn't dare to claim he knew what he was hiding in his head. Darts was still a mystery, and yet he had somehow gotten more familiar with him than poker. What is he doing here? He could only think of one reason anyone would be near the door. Are you... Huh? No, I shouldn't say it. Don't leave me hanging now, kid. I'm what? No, it's nothing.
Wait, you think I'm... Got it. No, you got me wrong. Don't jump to conclusions so damn fast. I was searching around after, that's all.
Searching? He was standing still doing nothing when I saw him. But if he's telling the truth, maybe he has the find a clue objective? In that case, I'd better not say anything else.
Truth be told, I also wanted to see the outside again. No crossing, of course. Not like it's the outside I really want to see. It's just the hallway to the unknown.
It should lead outside. It's the only exit.
Not sure on that one, kid. Might be another exit we don't know about, like in the kitchen or something.
In the kitchen? I doubt it, but we can't really check thanks to the core rules. And we can't do anything about those. True. True. Ah.
Exactly. That's how they can get us easily. Big fake exit sign hiding a real one. Someone capable of putting this up would totally do that.
He hadn't thought about it, but with that logic, it was a possibility. One he didn't like at all. I'd prefer not to think about that. This door is our only hope to escape. If we get the help of number 2. True.
And there's the problem. We're fucked, basically. That's what my pessimism says. I wouldn't mind being an optimist like you if I could.
I don't think I would consider myself an optimist, to be honest.
Considering what you've been saying since we woke up, it's impossible to not think you are. Or you're blind.
It's not really optimism, I think. More like, I'm too stubborn. I realize that what I want isn't easy, but I try anyway.
Calling it not easy is almost laughable. Clearly optimism. The sooner you acknowledge it, the better. Trust me, I know what it's like to get your hopes up and then have them be shattered.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Personal shit. Better off not hearing about my life. Not worth it. Let's just say it hasn't been too successful so far and all this is the cherry on top I didn't need.
Yes, well, in that sense, I can empathize a bit. I also had a bit of a strange life, although much shorter than yours.
Calling me old?
No, but you're clearly older than me.
Yeah, no shit. Still isn't something nice to hear.
Sorry.
It's really no point in apologizing for that. Something I need to make clear, though. My life hasn't been a bit strange. In fact, it's the opposite. Pretty normal life. Miserably normal, even. Nothing extraordinary about it. If at the very least, I had a lot of anecdotes to tell, that'd be something. But no. So I doubt you could sympathize with my problems. No need to feel bad for me. That'd be even more pathetic.
I guess.
Listen, the lives we've had outside don't matter right now. They don't fucking matter, understand? Right now, we're all equally fucked. Hard. So much so, I don't know how we're still alive.
Yeah, I guess.
You need to stop guessing so damn much. I get. What I'm trying to say is that even if my gut tells me that most of us are finished, I'd love to believe in what you're saying, but I need something solid, something real I can believe in. So far, you've only talked about what ifs. Nothing that helps me think we have any chance to escape this shitfest. But I shouldn't rely on someone who's probably 20 years younger than me. Now that would be sad, so I don't put that big responsibility on you. Search on my own for anything to hold on to. That's why I came here, next to the door that could lead us to heaven, or right down to hell. That said, after 2 hours here, I'm starting to not care about whatever it is. I just want to get out, if only I could.
I see.
Poker venting out of nowhere caught him off guard, but he seemed to need it. Are you okay? Why you asking? You seemed a bit tense. In this situation, you seemed a bit tense. Oh. A bit. That's a damn big bit. Thought about talking about it would make me feel better, but to be honest, nothing's changed, so I feel the same. Trapped in a fucking cage. Understandable. If you don't mind, I have something to ask. After hearing my rant, that's fair. What is it? Don't think it's him based on what he said. Still, better to make sure. It's kind of a strange question, but if you were searching here alone, you aren't looking for anybody, right? Looking for someone? For what? For something? I see. I get it. No, not this hour. Did he figure out my objective? Good luck with that. Yes, he did. Thanks? Well, he didn't say it out loud, so I didn't break the rule. Looking at it that way, it wasn't as harsh a rule as it appeared. As long as the rest didn't intend on killing, there was no need to hide it. Fair enough. And in fact, the first rule made them incapable of murder, so it was quite safe. Was that all? Yeah, I'll leave you with your stuff. What's with the tone? Wasn't doing anything weird here. Really not sure about what he's doing here. Probably searching for a clue for his objective, or who knows. In his head, he kept thinking on another possibility. There was a player with a good reason to get close to the exit, but the other theory was more likely. He turned around, ready to leave, but after taking a step, he stopped. The uneasiness he had tried to put aside wouldn't go away until he treated it directly. With a trembling voice, he threw one last question. Poker. Huh. Excuse me if this question bothers you, but are you enjoying this game? Despise this game. As a fan of a good challenge, of a good game, this one's an insult. The only one who should get to decide if I put my life on the line is me and no one else. True. I see. He had to resume the search. Well, guess there's one more person to talk to. He found Cigar by herself at the glass panel area, smoking. She doesn't seem to be in high spirits. Makes sense. I feel bad about bothering her, but I need to make sure whether she is or isn't the other half. Bill sensed a distinct empathy for that woman. He couldn't bear the idea of anyone there dying, but he felt especially worried for her. Okay. She seemed to be the one suffering the most from it all, having already lost her composure on more than one occasion. As some seemed to almost enjoy the game, it comforted him to have someone acting normal. Moreover, even though he knew nothing about her life, he was pretty sure she had a family that would cry at her loss. Aw. That's a good point. She seems like a career woman or like a family person or like, you know what I mean? Like either a diligent daughter with aging parents or a mom of 6. There's like no in between. Of course, that didn't apply only to her. Most of them likely had families, but Cigar was one of the oldest, so she probably had children. A mother, someone irreplaceable. She had to survive no matter what, but that wouldn't be enough for him. All of us have a life to go back to. Doesn't matter how good or bad they are, we can't allow them to take it away. We will all escape. We will all escape. Excuse me.
Oh, billiards.
Am I intruding?
No, I wasn't doing much. Just trying to get my mind off all this for a moment.
That's understandable. I'd like to do it too, but I don't think I can. And even if I could, I can't allow myself to.
Same here. This really is the last thing I needed in my life.
She'd put out the cigarette in the nearby ashtray, and with her hand invited Bill to sit in front. By the way, you talk about it. It sounds like your life isn't going too well.
Well, clearly it's worse now than how it was yesterday. There's lots of things to complain about, but I'd still prefer it to having to fear for my life.
Of course.
If I get out of here, I'm immediately asking for a vacation. I need a break.
A lot of work.
If there's one good thing about all this, it's not being on the job. Not like this is better, though. And really, I can't afford a vacation anyway. But when the culprit gets sued to hell, if the police finds him, that is, maybe the reparations I get will change that. And that's the only way I can see this positively.
I'd be happy with getting out alive, but I hope there can be justice, of course.
Problem is, we can also end up in jail if we play this mad game to live.
That's what I've been saying from the start. We can't be playing this.
Sure, but then what can we do? Die?
But... The woman raised her hand, stopping him.
I know, no need to go through this again. We already had this discussion with everyone, yet we can't help coming back to it.
Sorry.
Don't worry. Honestly, I know I can't kill anyone, but I'll do what I can to survive. I wonder if inaction would still be considered a crime.
You mean letting others die?
Yes, if others do killing and I just profit from it.
I don't know. If I knew someone was going to kill and I could stop it, not doing it would be abetting it. It would make me guilty, but...
And that's the ethical way of interpreting it, under normal circumstances. But here, saving another can equal sacrificing yourself.
True. That's the problem. I don't want to sacrifice my life, but I also don't want to sacrifice the lives of others. That's why my only option is to save everyone.
I know. Still ended up talking about this after all.
Yeah.
A game this twisted seems like it could only be some divine trial to judge us. Although I'm not particularly religious, I'd rather not think I'm not dead. I'd rather think I'm not dead and that this is some type of limbo, even if it would make all more sense if that was the case.
Not sure if that'd be better or worse.
Worse, it could mean we're already dead.
Right. I feel pretty alive, though.
If only it was a nightmare. But it's going on for far too long. And to think that the exit is right there, and we could just go out if we had the guts to escape. But the threat of poison is enough to lock us in. It could all be a lie, and it wouldn't change a thing. This whole thing is giving me an aneurysm.
Would you feel better if I brought you tea or something like that?
Instead of answering, Cigar took out another cigarette and resumed her activity. They remained silent for a few seconds, in which she lit and had her smoke, while Bill focused to remember the reason he was there. On another topic, is there something I can help you with? He hoped that would be enough to, if she was the other better half, make her understand. Not tea, but coffee would be good. I don't think coffee will help you calm down. Are you sure? Well, if you want, I can go get one. No, don't worry, I can go. You're not my butler, though it would be nice to have one. And with that, she stood up and left for the counter, cigarette still in hand. Should I take that as confirmation it's not her, or did she simply not understand what I meant? With no reason to stay there alone, he also took off for the counter. Darts already left, but lime and vodka were still there. And of course Cocktail, who seemed tied down to that place. Dude, you so fantastic. Oh god, she's drunk. If you say so. I get that alcohol is a good way to forget all this, but that doesn't make it a good idea, Missy. Shush. Whatever that word is. What did she just call me? Does anyone here know German? Is that an insult? Should I feel insulted? What the fuck? What is going on? What even is that? Is that a real language? It seems I came at a bad time. What the fuck, Lime? Hi? At least this can work as entertainment so we don't get bored. Listen, everyone! This game is traceable. Oh, you grab some weapons? Go out! Bang bang! And happy ending! It's truly impressive. In all my years, I've seen nothing like it. I swear and pledge that I tried to stop her. How much did she actually drink? Oh, what was needed? If you're going to insult me, at least do it in a way I can understand. I think she called you a soup violin? What? What the fuck? Wait, soup violin? What do you mean soup violin? Don't look at me. I'm only doing the translation. I have no idea either. You understand her, boy. Only that last part, I think. Maybe this young generation does have a future, even if uncertain. I've had enough of that, girl. I'm leaving. And the coffee? Oh, I'd already forgot. Cocktail if you don't mind. On it. Our coffee is for weaklings. Cigar sat down, trying to stay away from Lime. Bill began to feel that he was going nowhere and staying there was a waste of time. Cigar didn't seem to be the right person. He had to keep looking. I think I'll be leaving, though, again. Try to calm her down for the council. That'll be an arduous task. She'll get better. Some, Bill. Apparently we know what she's saying. He had to keep looking for people who could have his same objective. Oh boy. Excuse you what, Cryo? Hmm? Excuse the drunk girl, Cryo. Going down the stairs, Bill noticed Darts was sitting at the council table, barman on hand, as if he was already ready to start the next one. His eyes, fixed on the screen as usual, showed a silent determination that could awaken curiosity in any observer. But what drove Bill to wanting to unravel Dart's mind wasn't mere curiosity. Since their last talk, he really felt that he was hiding something important. Enemy or potential ally? From his perspective, he had no enemies besides the owner. But that didn't mean he was so naive as to think that their view was mutual. He had to move more carefully. What are you doing here? Got fed up with the drunkard. Hoped I'd be more at peace here. Wasn't expecting such a casual answer. Now what do I say? Maybe I jumped the gun. Oh, am I bothering you then? As long as you stay quiet, do whatever you want. Actually, I wanted to talk to you. Is it urgent? A bit. Dart sighed and turned off his barman's screen. Well, at least you passed the alcohol test. What did you need? Before anything else, he had to take care of the objective. He knew it would sound weird no matter what, so he simply spewed it out. Are you looking for someone? Dart's reaction was immediate, staring straight at Bill. He felt threatened for a moment, as if he was going to attack him. What do you know? Huh? About what? Are you really one of them? No, don't overthink it. The tables had turned. Now he was the one being interrogated for his secrets, which were almost non-existent as far as the game was concerned. Thrown off balance, he was forced to go into defense. What am I supposed to think then? Raising up, he approached, making Bill take a step back. Not whatever it is you're thinking. That had been a bad idea, but running away wasn't an option. Fine, let's play this game. I answer you, you answer me. Hello! Tanyusha, welcome in. I don't think I'm gonna like this game either. I'm searching for someone. Several people, actually. Several? He could probably be crossed out as well. Now tell me, are you the Void? The Void? No? Alright, you can go. All the tension was suddenly gone. Darts turned around and went back to his spot, focusing again on his barman. Bill's mind had gone blank except for one big what? What's the Void? You expect me to answer that? For real, guy, for real. No, not really, to be honest, but after what just happened, I had to ask. Best if you forget it all. Do you know something we don't? Again, Darts lifted his gaze, but without putting down his barman. Who can say? Can't say I didn't see that answer coming. Whatever it is, hope it's something that can help us. If they're watching us, I realize that there are some things that are better kept secret. If they are watching us, highly doubt the whole system can be automated, so I would say they are. True. Well, yeah, I guess. But that's not the important part of what I said. It would be a funny reference to that fangame if it is a reference to the fangame. Super Danganronpa Another 2 was a good game, and I would not be shocked if another good game was taking inspiration from it. If you're expecting any sort of confirmation for whatever you're thinking, you ain't getting one. Won't deny I have some ideas, but don't expect me to be our savior. Unlike you, I'm not aiming for a perfect end. Why? Are you sure it's impossible? It's not about it being possible or impossible. If by some miracle we all survive, great news, but that's simply not my priority. I don't understand. What other priority can there be? What's more important than our lives? Yours? He stopped himself from saying it. He shouldn't get too shaken up. Didn't want to assume too much, and above all, he wasn't into making enemies. Lives are the most important thing, but it's not my duty to make sure everyone keeps theirs. Each of us must do what we can to live. Won't sacrifice anyone unless I have to, but I won't sacrifice myself for anyone either. In a way, it was exactly as he had imagined, but for some reason, it hadn't sounded as selfish as he had expected. Maybe because it was the most human way of viewing it. Even then, he could not fully agree. Is that your goal? No, I want to survive, but I aim for something more. The truth. Can't the police take care of that? Police will do their job, I'll do mine. I feel like he's a private investigator or something. Your job. And if you don't have anything else to ask, I'd ask you to leave me alone for a bit. I have a lot to ask, but it doesn't look like you're going to give me any answers. In any case, he couldn't waste too much time there. There was still an objective to fulfill. With a sigh, he accepted. Fine, I'll leave. Good luck with that search for the truth, but be careful. Sure, very careful. It didn't sound very convincing, but the conversation ended there. There were lots of things to wonder about Darts, but one worried him more than the rest. Could he trust Darts? Could he truly trust his words? Could he become an ally? He didn't want to consider him or anyone an enemy. But what did Darts think of him and the rest? After going up the steps, he pondered it for a moment, again and again, without reaching any conclusion, until he realized he was wasting too much time. He left the topic aside and returned his focus to the objective. The search had to go on. Leaning on the billiard table was Jin, looking at her barman, thinking. Maybe she was the person he had been searching for. They had barely talked to each other, so he still wasn't sure what to think of her. That seemed to be the right time to get to know her better. His first impression of her had been similar to the ones he had with poker and darts. Smart, and if she decided to win the game, potentially dangerous. Yeah, I get the feeling she could be dangerous, but I think she's less so than poker and darts. I don't know whether I think darts is more dangerous or poker is more dangerous. I think darts is more, he wants the answers, and I don't think he'll do whatever it takes to win, whereas I think poker might, if that makes sense. Luckily, up to that point, she had remained neutral, contributing to the councils and above all else, working as Lime's counterbalance. A strange pair. Let's see if I'm lucky. Are you free right now? Oh, Bill, just in time. Just in time? was starting to get bored, and who better to play a round of billiards than you?
Could have sworn I already said I've never played it an hour ago. Sorry.
Nah, just kidding. I remember. Having someone to talk to is enough. And I think it's the first time we're talking alone. Good time to ask some things.
He had approached wanting to ask, but suddenly he was the one being questioned. It was fair, though, and perhaps she had the same question. Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess so. You're so often with poker or lime.
Yeah, it's like I'm a weirdo magnet.
I thought you got along well with them. Or at least with poker, because lime is... Well, you know better than I do, actually.
It's complaining for complaining's sake. I'm actually cool with them despite having just met them.
Okay.
And really, a weirdo like me is gonna attract other weirdos. Nothing weird about that. Honestly prefer it that way. Makes me stand out less.
I can relate to that. Actually, nobody here seems very normal, for better or worse. Probably both.
You think so? You seem pretty normal to me.
I do my best to seem so. You also seem normal to me.
Thanks. Oh, and don't tell Lime any of this. I'm cool with her, but that doesn't mean I want her to cling to me all day. Not like that's the biggest problem I have today. Not by a mile, as you can imagine.
Yeah, same. So going back to what you were saying, what did you want to ask?
Yeah, we went completely off the tracks. And you also wanted to ask something. We aren't in a position to waste too much more time, so I'll be frank. Do you really think we can all come out of this one alive?
He hadn't known what to expect, but the question ended up being the one he had gotten several times by them. Noticing his reaction, Jin continued.
Personally, I still don't have enough proof to be sure, but that's also my goal.
Huh?
Surprised?
I guess a bit. It's not that I thought you would play, but...
Oh no, I'll play, just not in the way our kidnapper wants us to play. Not gonna let anybody control me like some puppet. We both seem to have the same conviction, but there's a key difference. I might be too pragmatic.
What do you mean with that?
I want the same thing you do, but until I can be sure it's possible, my focus will be somewhere else, uncovering this game's secrets.
So you think it's not possible?
More like there doesn't seem to be a way right now, but that doesn't mean there never will be. Classic devil's proof.
Devil what?
Basically, you can't prove it doesn't exist. That's why I'm asking. I want to know if it's really just conviction pushing you, or if you have something planned.
Sorry to disappoint you then. I still don't have anything solid. Yeah, that kind of sucks that we don't have a solid, like, guiding force, I guess. I do think the key lies in collaborating with two.
That would be the only conclusion with what we know. Finding out who it is shouldn't be hard with the data. It's only a matter of time that we know everyone's numbers.
Are you sure? That wouldn't be good. There's several rules that most will want to remove, and if they discover who has them...
That's why we have to think fast and act even faster. Time is vital. But my gloomy side's telling me we got a bad hand.
Ending up here is already pretty unlucky.
Duh, but that's not what I'm saying. I mean the conditions we received. If either you or me had number 2, things would be quite different, for example.
Oh, I see. He tried the best he could to hide his lack of knowledge on his own number.
You have to play with the hand you're given, like it or not. And it doesn't look like we'll get another go at this. It's all or nothing. Shit. Starting to sound like poker. Too much time playing with him. Still owes me a rematch.
then we should keep investigating, right? For sure, always. And at least if the game turns out badly and we can't escape, we have to uncover who's behind this and give them what they deserve. It might sound weird, but I'm not very interested in that. If we can all survive, that's enough for me. Actually, I'd say that's more ambitious. But why? Are you not even curious of the reason we're here? Yeah, sure, I'd like to know, but I'd be happy enough getting my life back. And on top of that, I don't think I could understand someone capable of building this game. You know, that's a fair point. Hearing their motives probably wouldn't help at all. It just confused me more. Actually, you might be right on that. There's really only two options, money or insanity. Probably madness. Has to be some kind of sadist. How could somebody get money out of this? Technically speaking, this is a kidnapping, so they can ask for ransom. Or maybe it's just entertainment for an audience watching us. Ugh. Yeah, not pretty, but that's the sort of darkness that this world's capable of. Clearly, whatever it is, it's not something we'll agree with, so there must be justice. Maybe it... I also get law enforcement vibes off Jin. Whether a detective or a cop, maybe. I'll leave justice to the police. As you should. Oh, and what did you want from me? Ah, almost forgot the objective. It's a simple question. It might sound a bit weird, but... Yo! What's up, my dudes? Here it comes. Oh, boy. House in is the lime. Goddamn Lime. Did you have more? Lime seemed to appear out of nowhere. At least that's how it felt to him. In reality, though, the counter was quite close by. She had simply stood up and walked to them, glass still in her hand. She did have more. Hi, Lime. Bonjour, mademoiselle. I see you've been drinking. A drink I did. I drank so much. I have this celestial treat with such exquisite sweetness, yet it can't compare to the one you exude. What? Oh, Genevieve, dear Genevieve, grant me a dance. Dear, you're wasted as fuck. Don't do more harm to yourself. Wasted? Wasted? I didn't waste any of it. Got all the bottle in, not a drop left. We can tell. No need to swear it. And I will drink every single one to make sure none of them are wasted. Come, my dear Gigi, let's sit on the beach and share them under the moon, and then... Seriously, how much did you actually drink? And not enough, ma chérie. Objection. Go on a walk. Maybe that'll get it out of your system. Yes, let us go for a walk. Embrace me in your warmth. Is Lime hitting on Jin? Like, Lime's gotta be hitting on Jin, right? You're here. You hadn't noticed me yet? And could you not distort my name so much? Doing it a bit doesn't bother me, but... Are you trying to call him or trying to conjure a spell? G. Genevieve Gongoli. Get that curse off of me, I beggeth of thee. Thee shalt never escape this prison of loveth. I
think we should carry her back to the counter. Sit her down so she calms down. Yeah, right. So she can drink even more. Cocktail can give her water or something. I don't think he'd give her more alcohol in the condition she's in. I hope. I really don't have a clue why he gave her so much to begin with. It's incredible how she defies the laws of physics by standing still despite being this drunk. I'll get that Nobel Prize, no matter the cost. I'll do it for you. Sure. Come on, I'll carry you. Otherwise, you might end up kissing the floor. Oh, thank you. I can do it myself if you want. Nah, she clearly wants me to do it. And I think I'm the most qualified person here to deal with her. Okay. Come on, time to move. Grab my arm and only my arm. If an arm is all I get, I shall treasure it and be content with it. For now. Oh, before you go. True, you were gonna say something. Go on. Are you looking for someone? Looking. I'm always looking. I'm talking about something more specific. No, I'm not that. Did she get it? Of course she did. Lime and gin do go together in drinks, that's true. Okay, never mind then. Good luck, though maybe I'm the one that needs the most luck right now. But why? Come on, to bed with you. Bye, Bill. Hasta la vista, Bilby. Lime grabbed onto Jin's arm like a barnacle, and together they left for the counter. That was an experience. He hadn't found the better half, but something unexpected had appeared in its place. Jin seemed to be on his side. Sort of. While it seemed that he'd need a more solid plan for Jin to join him, if they both searched in their separate ways, there was a bigger chance of finding the solution to that riddle. But for the time being, he had to keep looking for that half. "2:40. The barman's alarm went off, catching him off guard. 5 minutes left for the council, and his objective still wasn't done yet. And in that case, that meant he wasn't the only one with that problem. Shivers, sweat, panic, everything hit him at once. Quickly, almost stiff by instinct, he ran to the counter again. Here again. Salutations! There's a few minutes left for the council. True, we'd all have to get ready, but as you can see, a certain person is still indisposed. But that's just his age. I don't believe he was referring to me. Oh, then I don't know. There's no time for this. We have to... He couldn't go to the council yet. His objective still wasn't done. It had to be one of the players he hadn't talked to, but in the short time left, there was no way to talk to each of them separately. What are you doing there still? From afar came Piano, heading to the council area. Near him was also poker and coffee. Oh, well, if we have to. But being here is so good. I think I won't serve you any more drinks. Come on, lift your finger up, Missy. Hi, Darkness, my old pal. Wait, can't we talk first? Talk about what? Something important? Better discuss it during the council in that case. His mind went blank. He had no idea how to do it without revealing his objective. All headed to the council, and he had to do so well. Lost, he looked at his barman. 9. At the start of every hour, each player will be assigned a secret objective that has to be completed before that hour ends without being discovered. Was there a way? If a player dies, the associated rule will be removed from the game permanently. No, Bill, don't think like that. I can't think about that. There has to be another way.
Bill, 2 minutes left. Hurry.
From the council table, he heard Poker's warning. There was no other escape. He had to go and find a solution during the council. Oh dear. Oh dear. With legs trembling, he sat on his spot. The rest were already there waiting. Okay, now we can start. Was there a way to communicate with the other better half and confirm their objectives in secret? It seemed impossible. At least he had talked to most of them. There were only a few candidates left, so he didn't think finding the one would be hard. However, that wasn't the only huge issue. If he hadn't done his objective, the other half would be the same. So it should have been easy to see, and yet nobody looked particularly nervous, only him. How was it possible? Any person about to die would be desperate to save themselves by that point. A terrible possibility came to mind. Maybe the other half was Rule 9, the one that didn't need to fulfill their objective to survive the hour. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Oh, the third council! Hooray! I am going to take a quick break before we really get into it, though. We will be right back. That's better. Much better. Okay. We're pretty tense this time. Once again, we should begin with number 3. Yes, is anyone willing? Should I do it? Not much to lose for me now. He particularly believed that, while at the same time getting the feeling that such a way of thinking implied he had already given up on his life. What could he do to be saved? What did he have to do? I think we have to stay silent here. No, he couldn't add any more risk to his already endangered life. He still didn't know his number for certain. He couldn't take that step yet. But was someone willing to do it? It seemed not. However, 2. I'm 2. Yeah. Okay, Lime. Drunk enough to do it. All their gazes went to the young woman, apparently still under the alcohol's influence. Is she really Rule 2? Contrasting with her previous euphoria, she seemed tired, almost asleep, as if her batteries had ran out. Lime, what? You wanted a number, huh? Then there you go, number. No biggie. But are you sure? Even if she said it's wrong, rules don't mention anything about takebacks. What's done is done. True, but one thing worries me. If she said it drunk, does she know what she's done? She doesn't appear to. Oh, guy, maybe. Oh, what's wrong? I gave the number, right? It was in that moment when most of them started to notice something. Lime. Huh? Lime, dear, stay awake and listen for a moment. Oh, what's up, cat? You remember what we talked about in the first council, right? About Rule 3 and lying? About how it's better to not say your real number, but any other one that hasn't been said in the other councils. You didn't actually say... Oh no. Before Lime could answer, the dreaded message appeared on the screen. Someone had taken the chance. Uh-oh. Lime, no! Lime saw the message and her face completely shifted. Her sleepiness disappeared at once, leaving only surprise and panic. They couldn't talk now, just write a name. Had she given her real number by mistake? Was her life in danger? Although his own life was hanging from a thread, he couldn't help but worry about Lime's life. Without putting much thought into it, he decided to write darts. By simply clicking D, the rest was auto-completed. The voting process only took a few seconds, and the results followed. Oh no. No one has obtained a majority vote. Accusal closed. Lime's scream caught everyone by surprise. Even though she'd been saved, it didn't feel like it. What's wrong? Was that your number? No, I'm not too. We're getting rated!
Celeste Orion just rated with 10 viewers.
Hold on. Hello. Hi. We'll give it a moment for you guys to make it in. Hello, Cinnamon. Hi.
Hello, Celeste. Hi, how are ya? Hi. Wow, thank you so much for following. I appreciate you.
Sanoman VT is now following on
Hello.
Twitch.
Good. Hi, hello. I am doing pretty well. Yes, thank you. How are you? What are we doing? Vivid stasis. Ooh. Did you have fun? Hopefully. Well, to those of you coming in, a Yuri rhythm math game. Yeah. I'm aware of what Vivid Stasis is. I just you're heading into the finale. Ooh. Very cool. Hello everybody. Hello Raiders. Welcome in. I'm Neko. We do mostly puzzles, detectives, visual novels. Although we have a variety of stuff that we do here. It's nice to meet you all from, the outer depths of space. Tonight we're playing Beyond Our Rule Ripper, which is a visual novel where we're all locked in a bar. You love the model's color palette? Thank you. It's my favorite colors. It's a visual novel where we've all been locked in a bar and we are trying to figure out what each rule is. And if we get discovered and voted out, we die due to the poison coursing through our system. We get an antidote every hour so long as we haven't been voted out. And right now we're in the middle of a council. There's supposedly a way to get everybody out, but we're pretty early in, so you got it. A hydrate just for you. Hopefully you guys can take some time to relax. And Celeste, thank you for trusting me with your community as you go do whatever it is you need to do. Have a good night. Okay, here we go. What's the matter then? She suddenly ran out of breath. All traces of the lime they knew up till then were gone. This one got really, really drunk. For starters, they couldn't know if she was saying the truth then. She really could be number 2. And even if she's not, she had to be scared from having to reveal her real number if we had voted for her. I guess. At least the shock seemed to clear her head. Now she just needs to relax. Lime stared at her barman as if she'd been possessed, while simultaneously breathing in quite excessively. Lime. Well, let's keep going for now, right? I suppose, but now I'm worried for the girl. Everyone was somewhat lost, not knowing how to proceed. They'd avoided a possible death, or at the very least, the forced reveal of someone's number. And yet, Bill kept fearing for his life. Wait, I should make use of this opportunity. Taking advantage of the temporarily frozen state of the council, he focused on the task at hand. A solution had to be found, an escape. He had to find the other person with the same objective as him, otherwise he would break Rule 9. But it could be too late. Had it been broken already? I think there's still time. It says the end of the hour, not until the council, so... 9. At the start of every hour, each player will be assigned a secret objective that has to be completed before the hour ends without being discovered. The time to complete it would end at the start of the next hour, and it wasn't 3 o'clock yet. There was still time, even if not much. How could it be done while at the council? Time out already? Okay. Cool. Me think. We can't use the messaging app because we're not the rule that gets to do that. So that's basically off the table. We could ask if everybody's completed Objective 9. That could work. Talking to the others could also work too, but something tells me that that's a trap answer. So we're going to go with this one. Maybe one of the rules contain the solution, but which one? Claire, let me go to the Claire. Oh gosh. Do I have to click on the specific rule? I do. 9. Rule 9. Bill thought about it hard, looking for ways it could help him. But there was nothing on that rule that could save him. Oh, no. Oh, dear. But there was still time to think. He couldn't give up. Okay, I still think it's through one of the rules. Let me read them again. The game continues after 10 hours will pass, blah, 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 5. But the accused number will have to abstain from voting. When data is revealed, no part can be omitted or faked. Responding to a received message, right. Maybe number 1. Can I not click on 1 now? No, I can. Okay. Rule 1. Bill thought... okay. I guess I'm just going to have to try talking to everybody. Okay. Revealing he hadn't cleared his objective didn't seem like a good idea, mainly because he couldn't reveal which one it was, so there was nothing they could do. There was also the fear someone would say too much and get it right, breaking the rule. Oh. Or perhaps there was a way to imply that that the other half would notice. How did the hour go for you? Where did that come from? We needed a topic, so I thought of that one. I presume you can all imagine what I was doing. Poor Lime. Doesn't seem like anybody did much of anything. You sure? I'm not. Maybe two did, like, go out in secret, for example. I had some issues this hour. With what? His objective, probably. Can we talk about those once they're done? I'm not really sure, and I wouldn't just in case. I'd say no, not until the hour ends. And though I admit that I'm a bit curious about which ones everyone got last time. I think we have bigger priorities right now. Of course, but it's not like we have much to talk about by the look of things. Are you sure? You should all take this more seriously. And you should chill. Haha. Oh no. While Bill was dazed, lost in that mental labyrinth, the council proceeded. Oh no! He had lost his chance. Ah, we're screwed. And he never got another one. Or perhaps he had never had one that could save him. The council concluded without him being able to do anything. Ah! He tried to hide it, acting normal until he could hide it no longer. When they inevitably realized as they saw one cup missing on the counter. No, 2 cups. Who was it? The poison. He fell down alongside the better half he couldn't find, but would now share death with him. So it's not Rule 9. He couldn't see who it was, but in his mind, in his last thought, he apologized. I couldn't find you. Ah, bad end, time out. Ah. Welcome once more. Alas, you came back here, though thankfully no death lasts forever. For you. The same cannot be said for the unfortunate rules, however. So, what mournful tragedy led to the end of your life this time? Tick-tock, tick-tock. Time does sometimes go by too quickly. That is, perhaps, one thing all humans can agree on. In theory, time is relative, but physics is not my field, so I'll not go any further than that. There's not much I can say here. The Grim Reaper is slow, but if you stumble one too many times during your escape, it will reach you. Unfortunately for our rule, the search for his better half during the hour was not successful, and that will not change no matter what you do. Oh! That is a sign something is wrong with that half. Something cut them further apart. But not all is lost, of course. You must return to the council and find the one way to escape from death. Given that you already lost too much time, I tried to be brief for once, so be thankful. Thus, let's quickly make a toast in honor of a fruitful game and the souls of these lost rules, for the Golden Jack, and for our dearest owner. That's ending 6. Before you go, I have an offer for you. Ooh. You can now activate pause mode for councils. Time will pause after each line, advancing only when you click. Oh, that's nice! This is not recommended as it breaks the intended experience unless you're either struggling to read in time unless at tediously slow speed and or wait times, or not even then. Already beat the game and just want a more leisure experience while looking for bad ends. A streamer YouTuber having difficulty reading the lines out loud in time while keeping track. You can turn it on or off anytime in the settings menu. I think we're doing fine with it, so I'm going to leave it be. Think carefully before you choose. If you're unsure, give it another honest try. And if you ever need to take a break during a council, try to tell the game to hold up. Maybe it'll listen. Now, let's get back to work. Oh, we got a photo. Okay, interesting. Well, Neko getting called. Hey. Well, I didn't mean to exit. Shit. Oh boy. Oopsie. Oh no. There we go. Alright, well, it seemed to imply that there's not a way, so it's not possible is the answer I'm going to give. No matter how much he meditated, he couldn't find any way to do it during the council. Rules were already out of consideration, but the game contained more than just the 10 main rules that the players represented. He looked at his barman and its menus again. Uh. Hmm. Hi, Hibari. At any moment except accusals, a player can request the end of the council. If all attending players accept, the council will close. Ah. If it couldn't get done during the council, it would have to be after it. Normally, a council finished at the end of the hour. That makes sense. However, if it ended sooner, he'd have time to save himself. It wouldn't be much time, but just enough. Only one hurdle on that plan. Everyone had to agree on ending the council much sooner than normal. Raising his eyes from the screen, he looked again at the group. Can we focus or not? But what? Can't expect us to do much if you don't tell us what's wrong first. It's just... Perhaps the alcohol has affected her more than expected. What did you take? Vodka? Tequila? Nothing too particularly strong. The actual mistake was the amount. Clearly more than she could take. We shouldn't bother her. Let's calm down and continue the council. Yeah, I agree. Lime, now would be a good time for a nap, unlike last time. So what do we talk about? Yeah, let's go for it. About that, I have a proposal. Alright, shoot. After what has happened in Lime's state, and with nothing new to talk about, I think we should finish the council now. Barely started. But we did Rule 3. Yeah, we can technically finish it already if we all agree according to the rules. Should we? To be honest, I don't have much to add to the conversation. Even so, it doesn't feel right. Who cares if it's right or not? If you have something to say, say it. I'll admit, I got nothing new to say either, but... Oh, let's finish then. Let's finish. That's some sudden energy there. All good? Yes. No. What? And here I was, thinking I was the senile one. Oh, let's end it. I need to rest. Ah! I think she's our other half. See, I thought so again. Anybody against ending the council? Nobody answered. Not even Darts had a good reason to complain. Sure then, if that's how it is. Fine. We can't afford to do the skin. We don't have much time. True. 7 hours to be exact. We have to do something for sure. But for the time being, they could only conclude the third council.
Still 10 minutes left for 3 o'clock. That was his time limit. Oh boy, okay. The second better half had to be found in that time, although their identity was already within grasp. All pointed towards that person being... I'm pretty sure it's Lime. Lime, I need to talk with you after the council in private. What? Okay. Yeah, sure, Billy. Good. It was clear. Her attitude was strange, a clear panic. It was like seeing his reflection in a mirror. The same panic he had been afflicted with since council time arrived. The terror of encroaching death. Not only that, she was one of the few he hadn't talked to in private during the hour, and it was also explained why he hadn't been able to find her. In her state, she had forgotten about her objective completely, until the alcohol's effect disappeared. Probably after the shock caused by the accusation. The pieces fell into place. Bill pushed the council end button, and the rest sustained it. Okay. Looks like we've made it through the hour. Hopefully. With the council finished much sooner than normal, the antidotes would take more than 10 minutes to arrive. Okay. Given that, well, previously they all went for them together. This time, each one went on their separate ways. His intention had been to go somewhere where he could be alone with Lime, but by simply waiting a bit, they were the only ones left at the table. As soon as the last one to leave, Vodka, at his slow pace, went up the stairs. Say it's you. Lime basically jumped at him, ready to shake him. Hi, Josie, how are you? Yes, I am. If you're talking about what I think you are, anyway. Are you the... Can I say it? Yes, in this case you can. I'm the better half. Oh, thank God. Almost had a heart attack. Not so loud, and you gotta say it too. I'm the other better half. They waited for a moment, staring at the barman, and indeed... Whew, we live! They both let out a big sigh of relief, practically at the same time. And again, Lime jumped at him, but this time to hug him. Thank you, seriously. Oh, she's crying! And really sorry, I started drinking and lost count of how much, and the time, and well, everything, I guess. Before I realized I was already at the council, and this wasn't done, and I almost died, and... Let's calm her down. Don't worry, the important thing is that we're saved. I'm also partly at fault for not realizing it until the council. No, it's my fault. Seriously, even if you had noticed, my zonked brain would not have understood anything you said whatsoever. Can't deny that, but still, even if you should learn from this, don't be too harsh on yourself. No, trust me. I know me well. In an hour or two, this will all be gone from my head, and I'll just do it all over again. I really need to push it in. I don't think cocktail will give you that much alcohol again, even if you ask. You might be right on that. So then, all good? No problem. You forgive me? He really had a good enough reason to be mad at her, but she did seem to feel really bad about what she'd done, and he wanted to avoid conflicts with anyone. Also, he couldn't deny her energy cheered up the group.
While she was panicking, everyone had been confused, not knowing how to continue the council. As long as it doesn't happen again, I forgive you. You're the best, Bill. And once again came the hug. She did at least say his name right for once. It wasn't his real name, not even close. And she was the one who shortened it to Bill, but that didn't matter now. I should also apologize to everyone else. For what? Ending the council like that? No, for worrying them. And whatever I did while I was out. What did I even do, by the way? I really don't remember anything at all. She was really drunk. I think it's better left that way. Oh, was I that bad? Yikes. I kind of want to know the details, but also really don't. You should just talk with Jin. With Ginger? Why? You had a colorful talk. Oh wait, don't tell me that... That what? Did I hit on her? Yes! You came on really strong too. Well... Oh no. I guess you could say that. Wait, like for real? Did I do good? Don't ask me. And then who am I gonna ask? I don't have the time machine with me now. Can't ask my past self. Okay, fine. No other choice but to trust my past tipsy, horny self. Wouldn't it be funny if the barman was behind all this? You mean cocktail guy? I think that he's too easy of a target. But then again, I do think that he's Rule 9. I would actually go so far as to say I'm fairly certain he's Rule 9. Specifically because he's been at the bar serving drinks this whole time. He's not had time to look for a better half. He has not had time to go look for clues. While he could be the investigator, he could have had investigate twice, but I kind of highly doubt that. So I think he's probably Rule 9. That's my guess anyway. To be honest, you probably shouldn't. Holy moly, that bad? I mean, yeah, it's not like that'd be a first. So is this a common occurrence to her or what? Let's just say she was slightly annoyed. Nothing new there. More than usual though, I think. Yikes, the shame is killing me inside. Although her annoyance seemed to be more due to your attitude. She didn't reject me? I guess not. Mamma mia, mon dieu. Let's just leave it at that. It's for the best. You blew my mind hardcore, B-boy, and yet it's in better shape than minutes ago. Is that good or bad? Not sure yet. Okay. Now I need to talk to her. Well, maybe I should wait a bit. Actually, probably should apologize to Cocktail first for exploiting his services. Yeah, he felt kind of guilty. He's probably at the counter, I'm guessing. She got up and took one big breath right away. Okay, I think I calmed down a bit. Too many extreme emotions in a row. Yeah, too many for sure. We were almost poofed. Yeah, almost. Sorry again. No need to repeat it. Sorry. You think Lime is their favorite character? Yeah, so it feels like Lime might even be a self-insert. But I like the character a lot too. Don't start with that. Sorry. Okay, I'll stop messing around. You coming? Still about 10 minutes left for 3:05 when the antidotes would come down. I'll go later. Better if you two talk alone. No, I agree. It is cool. It's a cool character. Okie dokie. In that case, hasta luego, amigo. Line left, leaving him alone at the council table for the first time, which was part of the reason he didn't go with her. He needed that time alone to think. The third hour was almost done, and that meant one thing. If he didn't find another way after 2 hours, he would exit that bar. That was the promise he made to himself. Of course, he'd wait until he took his antidote before making any decision, and the data he received would also be important. But he also had to think about all that had happened up to that point and give a final verdict. Oh, okay. 2:58. When he looked at the time, the hour was almost done, so he made his way to the counter. There he found cocktail, cigar, and vodka. No Lime in sight, though. Cocktail, weren't you with Lime?
No, I haven't seen her since the council.
She went searching for you. Were you not here?
No, I came just a few minutes ago. I've been here most of the time. I decided to take a walk for a change.
At that moment, as if summoned, she appeared alongside Piano. There you are.
Yes, here I am. You aren't coming for more, right, miss? I hope you learned your lesson.
I did, at the very least. Sorry to worry you guys. Not gonna happen again. Promise. I'm fine now. She sobered up quick. Well, fine by your standard. Which means fine. If you say so.
By the way, miss, how conscious were you when you said the number?
Number? When you said your number was 2. I said that? Great.
You passed Rule 3 saying that, and that's why someone started the accuse.
Oh, now everything is starting to make sense.
Yeah, sense.
I was basically on autopilot at that point, I think.
But it's not your real number.
Yeah. I mean, no. Can't be both at the same time. Yes, isn't it's not my real number. I'm not 2, nor a cat. It seems. It doesn't just seem. I'm not. Well, even though you were on autopilot, let's trust that the pilot had enough control to not give your number away. Alright, yet not enough to keep my mouth shut.
I wonder why.
Well then, all's good then, right?
I guess, yes.
The lift came down, carrying the tray with the 10 antidote-filled drinks. Finally, the hour had arrived. Are we sure that lift can't be a way to escape?
We already tried, but unfortunately, not even Piano is capable of it. Either way, if someone is operating it, I doubt they would raise it if one of us was on top.
Cocktail grabbed the tray and put it on the counter, and same as in the preceding hours, distributed the drinks.
The others didn't take long to arrive, and like the previous times, they started to feel the poison's effects on their bodies. This time, however, they were present the moment the antidotes arrived, so they recovered quickly. With that, the third hour was over, the toughest one yet. Moreover, aside from being the toughest, Billiards noticed a change. Even though he'd taken the antidote a couple minutes after they'd arrived, he had felt the poison. The symptoms were mild, yet in the previous hours they hadn't been noticeable for at least 5 minutes. Was the poison speeding up? The longer they stayed there, the worse things would get. They certainly wouldn't improve, neither the poison nor the game. Was it worth it to remain there, waiting for a solution to be found? Or did he have to bet his life in search of another way? Since Lime had left, he'd been trying to answer those questions. He didn't want to, but his life was already in danger. Better to make that bet than suffer a slow death inside that bar. It felt like a dead end. Nobody was willing to cooperate with him. It was possible he was the only one left not actively playing the game. If nothing was done soon, something would happen. He went into his data list and opened one for the new hour, hoping to finally figure out his number. Can I click on any of them? No, I have to click on 4. Takes strolls regularly. 2, 4, 6, and 10. Unfortunately, it wasn't the case, although it still ruled out another number, Rule 8. This data, I think it applies to me. Well, let me look at my notes because yes, I had put us as number 6. So for the first time, he could see himself reflected in one of them, albeit regularly was an ambiguous way of phrasing it that factored in subjectivity. Even so, he was confident he fit in. After leaving work and before going back home, he very often took the chance to take a stroll. It relaxed him, and it was the only way to change up his routine. Though it had become part of his daily routine too, really. They weren't particularly long, but enough to be considered a stroll. Which meant that 2, 4, 6, or 10, among those 4 numbers was his own. It was slightly frustrating that it took a few hours to get it, as by that point he'd already ruled out most of them. On the positive note, though, it didn't include 8, one of his few remaining options. That only left 2 possible numbers still in consideration. 2, you must remain inside the Golden Jack. 6, in an accusal, the person with the accused number will have to abstain from voting. If a majority is reached but the chosen person is incorrect, those who voted for that person won't be able to vote for them again. Could he really be number 2? It was 50-50. Slowly he stood up. The decision had been made. No! His legs were shaking. Clearly he wasn't mentally ready to do it, but he would never be. He turned his back to the counter and...
Whose drink is the one left?
Huh? Confused, he turned around again. On top of the counter, his eyes zoomed through his surroundings, same as everyone else. The problem quickly became apparent. One person was missing. Lime. Cocktail. Vodka. Poker. Cigar. Piano. Coffee. Darts. Where's Jin? The only person missing was... Where's Jin? Is this her drink?
It's possible. No, there's no doubt it's hers. A knockout.
Oh, where'd she go now? Genevieve? Jenny? But no answer came. We have to find her. If she doesn't drink the antidote in time,
That was all that needed to be said. With a few words, they all ran off to find her, shouting her name. It shouldn't be hard to find her by working together. The bar wasn't too big, and the counter made up a good part of it. Bill, Lime, and Cocktail went to the west side first. Perhaps she had simply fallen asleep at one of the tables. But as they quickly confirmed, that wasn't the case. Nobody was there. Perhaps she stayed in the lower level after the council. No, nobody stayed there, unless she went back later for some reason. They went back to the counter. At that moment, Bill's eyes saw the exit. A possibility went through his head. What if Jin was number 2? Maybe she had left and hadn't come back yet. Oh. After all, he himself had almost done it, but had decided to drink the antidote beforehand. But it only made sense if she'd gone out for something quick, and something unexpected had happened. Billing, now's not the time for an introspective internal monologue. As Lime was getting him out of his little trance, another voice shouted from another corner of the bar. There's nobody here. Where could she have gone? Instantly, his body ran towards the exit. Hey, where are you going now? The only option left is...
Ah!
Both turned around. Another shout came from the east area of the bar.
The door isn't opening.
I grabbed a cup. And with that, Lime ran off. He wasn't sure why she didn't simply grab it herself, but it wasn't a good time to complain about something so irrelevant. He ran to the counter and grabbed Jin's cup. He had to be careful, go as fast as possible without spilling it. The path was short, but felt infinite. I had a bad feeling it was one of the bathrooms. Finally, they reached the origin of the screams, where everyone was, the bathroom area. The door of the women's bathroom was open, but they had looked there, of course. It was the male bathroom, the last place they'd think to look into, where for some reason the door wasn't opening. Hurry.
Doing my best.
Poker was kicking it with all his strength, trying to open it no matter what. I have the antidote. How much time is left?
No idea. Not much. Move aside.
Darts pushed Poker aside, but not too violently, and kicked it several times with the same result. None.
You moved me for that.
Now's not time for fighting. Coffee's sudden voice in a much higher tone than what she usually had an immediate effect. That was the wrong voice. To my side, we gotta go at the same time. 3, 2, 1. Both kicks simultaneously finally made the door burst open. They could immediately tell that was the place they were looking for. A howl full of pain made their bodies stop, followed by the restless and faltering breathing of the woman, and then another harrowing screech. Her voice seemed to be trying to ask for help, but the words coming out distorted into noise, like a soprano accompanied by an irregular percussion of desperate knocks. Jin's voice, now almost recognizable, echoed around the room, with the finale of her aria approaching. Now that the door was open, the voice spread throughout all corners of the bar. It didn't take long to notice where it was coming from. The inside of one of the bathroom stalls. Unconsciously, Darts put his hand on Bill's shoulder as he kept staring in the direction of the screen. That touch managed to get him out of his shock. Abruptly, he turned toward the group. The antidote! Before the rest reacted, Lime ran into the bathroom, throwing everyone aside. Jin! Jin! She approached the stall where the screams were coming from and tried to open it. However, same as the bathroom door, the lock didn't budge. Seeing it was as it was impossible to open, Lime started to hit it. Jin, are you there? Say something! Jenny! The only response she received was another wail filled with anguish. The poison was doing its job well. The pain that could be heard in her voice made that very clear. Bill, Cocktail, Poker, and Darts went inside, antidote in hand. How is this possible? The problem was made clear instantly. The stall door's lock was stuck. It wasn't budging. There was no time. Somehow they had to get the cup to her. The only way seemed to be above the door, but Bill wasn't tall enough. On my shoulders. Okay. Very carefully, he got on top of Poker and was lifted up. For an instant, the antidote almost spilled, but he managed to save it. Jin! From that heightened position, he could finally see her. She was mostly on the floor, having almost lost all strength. Her eyes seemed about to pop out from their sockets. For a moment, they looked at Bill and the cup. The knocking stopped, and with her remaining energy, she attempted to get up and extend her arm. But it was impossible. He had to be the one to move closer. He moved one of his legs above the door and sat on top of it. He could feel the tears falling from his eyes while his body shivered. His trembling hands made a few drops fall from the glass, landing on top of Jin's head. Like a signal, Jin looked upward while opening her mouth, slowly, trembling, almost like a robot. Could he do it? With those trembling hands, it seemed impossible. Perhaps it wasn't so hard, but in his fear-infested brain, where a mistake meant sentencing a person to death, he would never know. Before he could do anything, Jin's head touched the ground. It likely wouldn't have mattered. They were too late. No! Dead end, dry Jin. Ah! Welcome once more. Alas, you came back here, though thankfully no death lasts forever for you. The same cannot be said for the unfortunate rules, however. So what mournful tragedy led to the end of your life this time? In this case, it was not your own death, but of another rule. Expected or unexpected? It was not one I had in mind, even less so with a method of death. Fascinating. And with that, Bill's goal has failed. The game has started and there's no going back for the rules. Rule 1 has performed the opening move, and the rest will have to respond in some manner. What would this failure of a hero do after this? Oh, perhaps I went too far by calling him a failure, even if it is true. But I believe it would not upset him to hear it, as he does not consider himself a hero. Or so he says. After this, his only option is to give up and eventually die. Do you not agree? Or would he continue trying to save everyone else? But how? Interesting questions, but we do not have the necessary time to find the answers, sadly. You must go back and prevent this. Find another path. Maybe you already have something in mind. Something that could change the course of everything. Or maybe not, as you are not aware of what caused Rule 1's action. Is there actually a way to avoid this? That is a good question. For once, I'll give you an answer. I will reveal the truth. Listen closely. There is none. None for billiards. You heard that right. The truth is out much sooner than expected. That future where everyone survives can never be reached by the boy. His death, or someone else's, is unavoidable. Or at least, it has been decided as such in this world within the possibilities in your deck. Perhaps there's a way. A measly possibility that would have required a chain of miraculous events. If that had happened, could we really call this an interesting story? I would not. Can you see the implications? Those questions I raised previously about what would billiards do after this. How about we find out the answer? Time to drop the theatrics and let's be honest with each other. It could be said that I lied when I implied you had to go back to find a solution. to reach the desired end of our young hero. But you knew deep down that ideal end would never existed, no? Perhaps little speeches made you think it was possible, that if all joined together, they could reach a happy ending. But we both knew from the start that this was not that type of story. Of course, deaths were coming, and this will not be the last one either. Furthermore, we both also know there has to be some sort of good ending. Saving everyone may be impossible, but is it possible to save a majority? More than the 3 people the game allows? Sounds impossible, but it is what you and Billiards have been attempting, no? Even if you were simply being led by him, that is the truth, in a way. Even with one rule's death, nothing has changed. Will Billiards think so? How can he do it? How many deaths will you prevent? How many failures await you? It's transformed from a goal to a challenge, a record to set. This time, I will not pretend to be ignorant of the answer. I know well of the difficulties that await you and the deaths that are on the way. Good luck. Let's continue with the show. This little intermission, this fabricated end, ends here. From now on, the true game starts. It truly does. Officially. Let's make a toast in honor of a fruitful game and the souls of these lost rules, of which one has now left us. For the Golden Jack and for our dearest owner. Wow! I love the fake out bad end. That's fantastic. Oh, that is fantastic. Beautiful, beautiful. That is where we're going to end for tonight. I'm glad I kept going because I almost didn't. I was like, oh, we finished the chapter, blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, I'll go to the next save spot. That, though. Poor Jin. To be offed like that. Ugh. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Oh. But how do we enjoy tonight's chapter? Because I'm certainly happy with that. You imagine the storyteller from Paranormal Site doing this dialogue? See, if I hadn't already given the voice to Cocktail, I would have given the voice to that guy. But the problem is I had already given the voice to Cocktail. But don't worry, I was thinking the same thing, guy. It's a very interesting chapter. Yeah, I'm sure that I skipped across a couple more endings there, though. I might go back and do them on my own time. I don't think we have to get every ending on stream. Just because that would be a lot. But that's also why I'm saving, like, frequently to make sure that we get, a good, mix, blend. I don't know the word I'm looking for. I am looking for some raids for us to go on. I've already found one for YouTube side. Let's look for Twitch since it's so much easier to do. Let's see. They're not live. The biggest fake out being that you could probably save everyone. I still think that they're trolling us with that. I think there is a way to save everyone. I think there is. Let's see. Probably go there. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Yeah, we'll just go here. We're going to go to somebody that's having an uncapped subathon. My gosh, I can't imagine. Just because it looks like a good place to be. And because Celeste came and raided us, and this is somebody else that we know from Tetrio Tournament. pasta. For those of you who are not subscribed on Twitch, this is the plain red tag. And for those of you who are, do 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 do. There we go. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Alrighty. I think that this chapter was really good. Really thrilling, really good. Really good. That's gonna be it for me for tonight. I still don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Looks like we're raiding into a Be Right Back on Twitch. That kind of sucks, but I'd rather raid into them than find somebody else. So, oh wait, maybe that's a Be Right Back. No, I think that's a Be Right Back for a while, because they just paused the timer. All right, let me look and see if I can find somebody else. Dang. Do 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 do. We could just go here. Okay. All right. Like I said, that's it from me for tonight. Until next time. Bye.